Hey guys, welcome back to Adventures and Abodes. We're here today. We're going to dive into smart travel tips to help you plan your next adventure with ease and with confidence. Today, we're going to tackle that one big question. It's the online travel booking question. So, Expedia versus Trivago. Which should I book with? Both platforms are super popular, but they're actually designed for slightly different purposes. So, if you've ever wondered which one, is the best, is going to give you the best deals, etc., what's going to help you save time, what's going to help you find the perfect stay, this video is for you. So stick around because we're going to get down into the details of both. Again, thank you guys for joining. If you've not done so already, please subscribe to the channel. We certainly appreciate your support. Now, I will tell you personally, I have never booked with Trivago, but I have booked a number of times with Expedia, and I'll let you know one of the reasons why I haven't in a few minutes. But let's talk first. What is Expedia? What is Trivago? What are these apps? So first of all, let's talk about Expedia. Expedia is a full-service online travel agency. It's just referred to as an OTA, an online travel agency. So pretty much you can do everything with Expedia, which is why I like it. You can book flights. You can book car rentals. You can book hotels. You can do excursions. You can do cruises, actually, through Expedia. So Expedia offers you a one-stop shop for all your travel needs. You do have access to customer service. You have access to everything you would have if you were just dealing directly with an agency, a travel agency. But that's who they are. They're a travel agency. Trivago, on the other hand, is a search engine, very similar to like Google, but for travel. And what it does, it actually handles, it doesn't actually handle bookings. It does price comparison. So it can bring in an aggregate total for hotels, for example, for multiple booking sites like Expedia. Because if you ever see Expedia or even TripAdvisor and different platforms like that, they pull in these deals and it'll say where the source is from. And a lot of times the source is from Trivago. So here's a fun fact. Expedia Group actually owns Trivago, as well as other popular travel brands like Hotels.com, Orbitz, and Travelocity. Now, Travelocity I have used. So while they compete in some ways, they're actually in the same family, but they're for different purposes, in my opinion. So number two, let's talk about the user experience and the features. So I'm going to jump over here. Expedia. So it's very clean, very easy to navigate. It's very intuitive from my perspective. I use Expedia all the time. My two top apps are TripAdvisor and Expedia. And I usually always use Expedia for booking, but for no other reason than I'm used to it and I've never had a problem with it. I like the bundling and I like the packages and I like the discounts. I always feel like I'm getting the best price with Expedia. Now, Expedia is not sponsoring us yet, but I'm just giving you my personal opinion. So there are bonus features on Expedia, like package discounts if you bundle flights and hotel and car. Expedia Rewards program, there's that. It lets you earn points, do your every booking. And just a pro tip, if you are an agent, you can sign up with Expedia and you can get paid a commission for booking your own trip whenever you go on vacation. Just go to Expedia, expediataap.com and sign up. Let's talk about Trivago. Trivago is designed with a focus on the cheapest hotels. Okay. And now that I think about it, I think I may have used Trivago. I don't recall. I was in Sedona once and I needed to go to Phoenix and I didn't want to make the long drive early in the morning from Sedona to Phoenix to catch my early flight. And I didn't want to drive in the morning. So I decided to go early and I left my hotel in Sedona and I just wanted a cheap hotel in Phoenix, just enough for me to stay the night and be close to the airport. And I think I may have used Trivago. I'm not 100% sure. I probably used Hotels.com or Trivago, one or the other. But I think it may have been Trivago. So side-by-side comparison pricing is what you'll get from Trivago. If you're just in a crunch and you just need a hotel, that's what I use it for. But if you're planning a trip and you're just breaking out your trip into pieces. Let's say you did your flights with Delta, you're doing your hotels with Hilton, you're doing your car rental with Enterprise, you're piecemealing this together. Trivago may be the way to go because it gives you this wholesome comparison of what's in the area, what's in the market for that particular time. I used it because I needed something that same day. And I think between hotels.com and Trivago, they're very similar in that they can find you a really good deal because hotels don't want to go the entire day without, people in those rooms. So if you're booking ahead of time, that's one thing. But if it's the day of, they're willing to, cut you a deal just so they don't have to let the room go empty overnight. So there's Trivago. All right, let's talk about pricing and savings. Trivago excels in price comparison. It's designed to help you find the cheapest rate for hotels by scanning multiple booking platforms. However, you won't find flight or package deals here. That's the only downside, from my standpoint. If you're only looking for hotels, then Trivago is your tool of choice. Expedia, however, offers bundle savings. So if you're planning your trip in its entirety and you want it all in one package, I got to tell you, Expedia is the way to go. If you're booking more than just a hotel, Expedia often gives you discounts for combining your bookings. For example, bundling your flight and your hotel can save you up to 25% off on your total trip. Why don't you do this? Why don't you go to your airline site and you go to your hotel site and just see what the rates would be separately, add them together, and that's your total. And then use Expedia, but pick that same flight and pick the same hotel for those same dates. And I guarantee you the price will be cheaper through Expedia. Here's some stats to know. According to a study by Consumer Reports, price comparison tools like Trivago can save travelers up to 16% on an average. But booking directly through Expedia or some similar OTA, online travel agency, comes with perks like loyalty points and flexible cancellation policies. Okay? Let's talk about rewards and perks. When it comes to rewards and perks, Expedia has a clear edge over Trivago. With Expedia Rewards, you can earn points for every booking that you do. And again, like I said, if you're an agent, if you are a at-home agent, you can sign up with Expedia. You can get credit. You can get commissions paid to you for booking other people's trips, but for booking your own as well. I've done it. So, plus, also with Expedia, there's VIP access hotels. This is really cool. VIP access hotels, they offer perks like free upgrades and late check-in or check-out for their members. Okay. Now, Trivago, on the other hand, doesn't have a loyalty program. It doesn't have one. Since it's only a price aggregate, it doesn't have a loyalty program because you can't book through it. However, you might still benefit from loyalty perks offered by the booking site from which, you end up going through with Trivago. So when you pull Trivago up, it'll give you a deal. And let's say that deal is with booking.com or with Orbitz. You click on Orbitz. If you book through there, maybe there is a program there. But Trivago, as it stands, does not have a loyalty program. Now, cancellation policies and customer service. When you're traveling, especially if you're doing a big trip or overseas or something like that, it is so incredibly important to have access to customer service. It took me a long time to get comfortable with Expedia, mainly because I was concerned about customer service. I had some trepidation around if I book this with this platform, will I have access to be able to pick up the phone and actually talk to someone? And now that I've done it several times, I know that I can talk directly to the airline. I can talk directly to the hotel. There's nothing keeping me from doing this exactly the same way I was doing it before, except I'm saving money by going through Expedia. So cancellation policies and customer service. Expedia handles bookings directly. It often offers flexible cancellation options. A lot of times when you go through Expedia, you'll see things like add-ons. So let's say, for example, you want a all-inclusive, or if you want a breakfast included, things like that. There's an option to get fully refundable packages. So if you know that you're about 50-50 on the trip, select fully refundable properties. So when you do your booking, you know that if you have to cancel it, it's fully refundable. So Expedia offers that on the booking site. So It's clearly marked. Plus, you can manage everything in one place. That's the cool thing about Expedia. Your flight, your hotel, your car, your whatever is right there in your booking on the platform. So it's no need to contact multiple providers. Now, I'll tell you what I did. When I went overseas, I wanted to make sure that the hotel had my booking through Expedia. When I went to, I think I booked also when I went to Sausalito once. You get the information from Expedia. You call the hotel, say, hey, I just booked this through Expedia. I'm giving you my confirmation number. I want to make sure you have my, I'm booked at your hotel. Oh, yeah, we got it. Not a problem. Same way when I went to London, same way when I went to Paris. Now, if you just wanted to talk to Expedia, you not talk directly to the hotel, that's an option too. But I wanted to make sure, I wanted to vet this and make sure that Expedia did send my information on to the hotel, to the airline in the event that I had to contact them directly. Now, Trivago. Cancellation policies depend on the booking platform that you're using. Again, you can't book directly with Trivago. This means you'll need to deal directly with whoever that specific source was that you booked, but you can't book through Trivago. You're going to have to go directly to bookings.com or Orbitz or whoever, hotels.com, whoever you book with to deal with it there. So in conclusion, if we're talking about Expedia versus Trivago, which platform should you use? Here's my recommendation. I obviously am leaning toward Expedia because I've used it before and it's all inclusive. I can book a number of things. I can actually book through the platform. It's got customer service. It's got all this great stuff. Trivago is like a YouTube, like a Google. If you're trying to find out, some information in terms of pricing for hotels, Trivago's your spot. But Expedia is a one-stop shop. If you want just all-in-one platform for booking, for flights, for hotels, for cars, Expedia is your place to go. Now, the reason you choose Trivago is just like the example I gave you earlier. I needed a hotel at the not really at the last minute. I just sort of like this is the day of, and I don't ever really book a hotel the day of. But I decided, instead of me driving 2.5 hours in the dark through the mountains of Arizona, why don't I just go back to Phoenix tonight, get me a hotel, and I'll be, basically a stone's throw from the airport. And I use Trivago for that. Trivago did an excellent job by sourcing a very good hotel. I stayed at a Hilton. I paid probably $100 a night. It was a very, very nice hotel. And I got it through Trivago, well, as far as I can recall. So here's the deal, guys. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel. And also, please share our content with a family member, a loved one, a friend, or associate. I really appreciate you guys hanging out. Continue to come back to the channel because we're going to continue to give you this type of information to help you as you're planning your next adventure. Thanks.